Alright, what is up guys? So, as you can probably tell by the video title, we're going to be learning how to make a multi-shot ability for a unit in Starcraft. So we're going to start off by uh, going into the triggers, and of course this is a completely blank map, so the reason we're starting off in triggers is we're going to delete the melee initialization, just so that we don't get any problems and don't get that annoying defeat or tied screen at the when we test our map. So we're going to now pick a unit that we want to use for the multi-shot, and I'm going to use the Queen, and I would recommend using the same uh, unit I use just so that it's easier to follow the tutorial. So now we're going to go into data, which is up here at the top, the little marine icon. And now we're going to need to open 3 tabs here. Units, effects, and weapons. And I'll close them real quick just so I can show you how to open it. And you'll have units by default. So to open weapons, you click game data and then go to weapons here. And then game data again and effects. Okay, so now that we have those 3 open, we're going to go to our units tab and make our own custom unit of the Queen. And what that means is we're just going to right click and add unit and then copy from the Queen basically. So we're going to change the name to whatever we want. So we're just going to change it to Multishot Test. And then just click the suggest button. It automatically makes an ID. The parent will just be what it gives you, default settings unit. Object family doesn't matter. Object type, this just depends on what you want it to be. It'll most likely either be hero or unit, or maybe structure if you're making a building have multi-shot. But we're just going to do unit for this one, and then we're going to do copy from on field values. So switch it to copy from, and then just type in the unit you're wanting to copy from, which ours is Queen, and you just click OK. And now you have your own little custom unit here. And what we're going to do first, we're going to go down to this box down here and scroll all the way to the bottom where it says weapons. So depending on what unit you have, if it's ranged already, you won't have to do this step, kind of. But since the Queen is melee for ground and ranged for air, we're going to have to make some changes here. So we're going to want our Queen to be ranged for everything for this multi-shot, which you could make a multi-shot just for air or just for ground, but for this tutorial we're going to make it to where the attack will target ground and air at the same time. So because she has 3 attacks, air, ground, and I'm not sure what this one's for, so we're going to remove all of those and then add our own. So we're going to go scroll all the way back up to the top and then just click on your unit's name up here. Type in weapons in the search on the right side. And then just double click on the right side right here where it says the weapon names. And just click the remove value. So select one and then just click it however many times the weapons are. Click OK. And now we have successfully removed those from this unit. So now we're done on the units tab for now. We're going to go into the weapons tab that we opened up earlier and make our own weapon from a parent attack that we like. So what I mean by this is that you can duplicate from any weapon you like that's ranged, essentially. You can do melee, but it kind of gets a little weird. And this tutorial is primarily for ranged attacks. So what we're going to use is that Queen Acid Spine air attack because it is the ranged attack with a projectile. So we're going to right click and click add weapon, just like we did with the unit. And we're going to name it, we'll name it Multishot. And then just suggest again. Weapon type, just leave it at legacy, parent legacy, race doesn't matter, and then copy from, and then we'll copy from the Queen Acid Spine Air Attack. Okay, so click OK on that, and now we have our own custom weapon, and we'll click on it, click on the name over here, and be sure to delete the weapons out of your search on the right side, or else it will not show anything. Alright, so once we got everything showing here, we're going to change our weapon to target both air and ground units. So we're going to go to our weapon target filters, and we're going to, where it says air required, we're going to switch that to allowed. So basically it's saying that they don't have to be air, and then everything that is allowed is able to be attacked. So there's that. And now we are done with the weapons. For now, unless you wanted to change the range or the attack speed or the damage. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we're not going to change any of that. So now that we're done with that, we're going to move to the Effects tab, and we are going to make our own custom effect. So with this one, it does not really matter what we copy it from, so we're just going to right-click, add effect, and name it the Multishot search. Okay, and then with the effect type, we're going to change it to search area. And then we're going to change the parent to weapons search area. Race doesn't matter. And then we're going to click OK. And what this does, so the search effect basically searches an area for targets. And we're going to make it search for at least 3 targets. And you can make it whatever number you want, of course. So, okay, so here we're going to go to, we're going to switch back to the detail view. And so we're going to start off in this search tab up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to click the little plus add value button on the search areas, and that'll make a little a bar here with a bunch of values that we can change. So go ahead and click on that, and then we're going to choose an effect, and that effect is going to be the effect that the weapon uses, the projectile effect. And speaking of which, the way to get that is you go back to your weapon, so go to your what weapon you created, and then you'll look up here on the basic effect, and that will be your launch missile or whatever your weapon uses. So for us, it's the Roach Acid Spine's launch missile is the effect we're using. So go back to your effect, click on that again and change that effect to the Roach Acid Spine's launch missile or whatever effect your weapon is using. Facing adjustment doesn't matter. So maximum count, what this is how many targets you're going to allow this weapon to target at once. So for us, we're going to change it to 3, so it can have a maximum of 3 targets at once. Radius, this is the radius around the target that your unit is attacking that it will search for other units to attack. We're going to change it just to 6. That's a number I like to use. And we're pretty much done in this section. We're going to scroll down, and on the search maximum count, It's maximum number of units the effect can target. We're going to have to change that to the same exact thing, which is 3. And scroll down. I think we are done here. Yeah, we're done here. Click over to effect. Yeah, we're done in this tab. So once you've done all that, we're going to go back to our weapon, and we're going to change the effect that we got the effect from earlier. We're going to change that actually to the effect we just created. So just click on that and then double click on the right side. Well, if it'll let me, there. Double click on the right side and then type in your effect name, which ours is Multishot Search. And there's that. And then we're going to go back to our unit once we switch that effect, and back to our multi-shot test unit, and then we're going to type in weapons just like we did before, and we're going to add our custom weapon by double clicking on the right side again. We'll click the little plus button, and then on weapon we'll click choose and then just select your multi-shot ability that you made. Click OK. And your unit now has multi-shot. So just to prove that it works, we'll go ahead and close out of that. We'll add some player 14s, and we'll add, oh, so I almost forgot to spawn our custom unit. So we'll spawn some Zergs here, maybe a little too many actually. So we'll spawn a few Zergs, and then we'll spawn our multi-shot test. Oh, I almost forgot. So when we make a custom unit, we have to make a custom actor as well, which is my mistake. I should have done that, or I should have mentioned that earlier. So to do that, we're going to go to Edit Game Data, and we're going to go to Actors. Let's see. Oh, Edit Actor Data. So go to Actors, and we'll go type in Queen, and you'll see the Queen 1. That's the one we're going to be duplicating. So just go ahead and right click Add Actor, and then type in the same name as your unit's name, Multishot Test, and then we'll put Actor at the end. Multishot Test Actor. Actor type, switch it to unit. Parent, leave that generic unit standard. Doodad type, leave it at none unless it's a structure. And then copy from, and then select the Queen 1 actor. Click OK, and it'll all be the same as that Queen 1, and we'll just all we'll have to do is we'll have to go down here where it says multi-shot test actor, and then it'll have Queen down there. We'll have to double click that Queen and change it to our unit's name, which is multi-shot test. And that's all you got to do with the actor, and now we should be able to create our unit, and it'll have a model. Yep, there he is. Alright, so let's make him for player 1 so we can control him. Alright, now let's go into game and let's see if it works. Alright, so before we hop into game, guys, I need to address something that I forgot to address. We're going to need to change the events in our unit to make sure that our unit has an attack animation when using our weapon. So to do this, we're just going to need to go to our custom unit, just like we did in the Units tab. Click on our custom unit, go to this bottom section and scroll down to our actor, which would be multi-shot test actor. Go to the Events tab, and we're going to need to find that weapon we replaced. So for us, it's going to be the Queen Acid Spine. There it is. So it'll say weapon start and then the uh, weapon we replaced, which was the Acid Spine's air attack. And we're going to need to change that second source name to our new weapon, which is Multishot. So change it to that and then change the subname to attack start. So now our queen will have an attack animation when using our weapon. And just for a precaution, I'm going to change the health of our queen so that she does not die while we're testing out our weapon. So we're just going to change that to 1,000. Alright, so now that we have that, let's go in game and test it out. Alrighty, so we're in game, and as you can see, it attacks 3 units at a time here. So, yeah, let's see if we can get a closer view. Yep, see? 3 of their healths are going down at a time. Let me go back into the map editor and add some supply depots up here just so that we can see what it looks like with the projectiles coming out and attacking stationary targets. So, I'll be right back. Alright, so here we are back in game, guys. So we're just going to go over here to our supply depots and we're just going to test out our multi-shot. As you can see, it sends out 3 projectiles and attacks 3 things at a time. If we get closer, it will still only attack 3 at a time because we set that maximum count number to 3. You can set that number to whatever you like, so you could set it to 1,000 and it would attack 1,000 targets at a time. It's really left up to you as a creator. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you found it helpful. And if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, just be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.